Ugh, stock mirrors. Let's upgrade to the cheapest tow mirrors you can find on the internet. And watch me block every shot. So I was wanting some tow mirrors, but most options are about 300 Canadian. If you go to autoshack.ca, you can pick these mirrors up for about $150 shipped with tax to Nova Scotia for the pair. They have lights, heated mirrors, and they're still powered. So to swap them out, we're going to open our door and pry off that top triangular panel, which will reveal three 10mm bolts that you can remove the stock mirror with. However, there's wiring under that door card, so we're going to have to pull the door card off, undo the wiring, and then we can take the mirror out. So here are the two bottom bolts and the top bolt for the mirror, and then there's a bunch of T20 Torx screws that hold your door card on. So as you go down along the edge, you can start to see all of them, and they go along the bottom as well and back up the other side. Ignore the rest, it'll get fixed probably eventually. There's also a bolt slash screw that you'll have to take out in the door handle, so I'll try and get that set up, but as I said in the start of the video, I'm going to block every shot with my big body. So just a quick recap: a T20 screwdriver and a 10mm socket on a ratchet. If you really hate it yourself, you could use a wrench, but I don't, so I'm using a ratcheting socket. I'm going to remove these T20 Torx screws first, and then underneath the door handle there's a few things to pry off to reveal, I think, a Phillips screw that we have to take out before we can pull straight up on the door card. Of course, I'm going to properly store these screws where I won't lose them on the seat. Definitely not going to regret that later. With the attention span of a goldfish squirrel, I ran off to get a flat-headed screwdriver so that I can pry open that little tab behind your door handle. Then I realized, now I need a Phillips head screwdriver. Let's go find that. I found this old insulated number 2, and we're going to use that to remove the screw. However, you can't see it because I'm in the way. Let's store that on the seat where we definitely won't lose it later. Now with that out, you can just pull straight out on that piece of plastic that's behind the door handle, which again, you can't see, but there it goes. And now I'm looking to make sure there's nothing else in there, which there isn't. So I'm going to use my flat-headed screwdriver to pry up on the window controls and the door locks, and that will just pull straight out. Then there's a connector, and you can remove that by pushing in the tab and lifting it out. You probably could leave it hooked on and fish it through, but I would probably break it because I'm a gorilla. So now the connector, we're just going to leave it free, and I'm showing you how to push in with a screwdriver even though it's really far away. Now I'm going to go back to messing with these Torx screws. Turns out they're plastic push pins, so you have to use the flathead screwdriver to kind of put some pressure up to remove them, and then they just pop back in when you want to install it. Super clever design, totally hate it. Man, I make a better door than a window. Anyway, pull straight up and then out, and you'll remove the door panel. There's nothing else on it. And now we reveal that wiring that goes from the mirror down just above the speaker. Now all the rams come pre-wired to add these tow mirrors in, which is super nice, and they are just going to be a plug and play. You will have to unlock some extra stuff with Alpha OBD if you choose, but I haven't done that yet, and the mirrors work fine even with the heat. There's two clips that hold wiring in here, but of course you can't see it. But you have to pull that out, and the top one, if you can get a screwdriver in, you can kind of wedge the clips and it will pull itself out nicely. The bottom one is just a push-in retainer. Then you can remove the bottom one by just ripping it straight out, push the pin on the connector that's into the door, and we'll remove the 10mm nuts that hold a mirror on. After fighting with that for an embarrassingly long time, I got it out. Thank God. Let's move on. Now there's two options here. You can be a dummy and use a long handle ratchet, which will definitely hit the top A-pillar and crack your paint. Or you could be slightly smarter, get an extension so that you can work a little bit out from the door, and that would probably be a lot better. I did not choose that route. It doesn't really matter what order you take these off in, but it does matter how you put them on because, newsflash, buying the cheapest mirrors does come with some drawbacks. The first drawback being that the security clip that's supposed to hold the mirror in place when you take the nuts off doesn't clip in. So I had to get kind of creative to mount this. The old mirror just pulls pretty much straight off. You have to wiggle it up and down a few times to get that real security clip off. And now we can get our tow mirror and get that ready. So they do come with a nice cloth cover, and they come packaged in styrofoam, so you're going to have to deal with taking some of that off. And we do get two wire connectors this time, a black one and a white one. The black one is going to be our mirror functions, moving it, and the heat, while the white one will be for our lights that we now have. This is where I realized we're going to have a problem. The mirror lines up fine, you push your wires through first, but the clip that's supposed to retain it until the nuts are on is not remotely close enough to being big enough to fit in that hole. It is very undersized. So like me, ram it in a few times until you get the studs lined up. This is where I should have had one of my nuts in place so that I could start to thread it in the top stud. And I was trying to figure out, what am I going to do? Do I risk leaving it and having it possibly fall off? Or do I reposition and try again? I actually was smart and repositioned to try it again. This time I was prepared. I thread the wires through and I've got a nut in my hand, so I'm ready to go. So once you get the studs all lined up in the holes, you can use your free hand to reach over the door and start to thread that nut on, and then you can walk back around and the mirror's not going to fall off. Thank God. Now you can just thread your nuts on, and then once they're all snugged up by hand, grab your ratchet and tighten them down again. The new wiring doesn't come with any retention clips. There's nothing to put in. I'm sure if you cut the old retaining clips off of the old mirror, you could reuse them with some electrical tape, but I wasn't going to do that because I don't really think it's going to cause that much of an issue. I'll make another video if it does, and prove me wrong. Now when you're tightening these down, don't be a gorilla. There is a limit before the studs will snap and then you're completely screwed. So go until they're snug, and then that's why I'm gripping the ratchet so low so I can feel how much torque I'm applying and not just grabbing the end of the ratchet and sending it. Now I am going to flip these mirrors out, but look at that. They are solid. Man oh man, I'm pretty pumped. We're going to hook in the electrical connectors now. Again, the black one that we took out with the first tow mirror will go in, and then the new white one. They only fit one way, so it's really hard to screw up unless you're just forcing the square peg in the round hole. Wow, that sure is a clean door. Now we're going to put the door panel back on. I tried to put the wire through first, realized not going to work. Make sure you line up the door lock stick before you jam this thing down. If you don't, it's not going to fit properly. You're going to have a bad day and you're going to have to redo it. So line that door stick up, push it down, and everything should just line up. It should be that easy. We'll put our push pin clips back in with the Torx head. Then we'll pull through our door connector like I've already done to hook back up our window controls. And we'll put the triangle plastic piece back in. And that is pretty much it. It's a super quick, easy install. It took about 45 minutes going slow in the wind. So I'm sure you could do it faster than me. Get ready for moose mode, baby. Oh yeah. Now just do the other side like we did this side. Super easy. Alright, time for my first complaint. Your mirror controls are flipped 90 degrees when you have them in tow mode. So up and down become left and right and left become up and down. I guess it makes sense because they were only $150, but it was a little bit annoying to get used to at first. The next step would be to use Alpha OBD to program the lights so that they work. I believe there's a puddle light as well as a blinker that can all be programmed in. That's super cool. I haven't done that yet, but we'll get there. Now the other thing, if you really want it, you could probably sell your stock mirrors to someone for about $150 as well. So this could essentially be a free upgrade. I haven't tested the waters yet, but I'm sure that someone's looking for a mirror for a 4th gen Ram. On the highway, just cruising here, you can see there's not that much vibration for being a tow mirror. There is some, I'm not going to lie, but it's not that bad. This is just a clip of what I've actually been up to and why I've been pretty radio silent for the last few months. My wife and I are in the process of renovating our house. So this is just some footage of me chipping up a tile floor. Holy, this is going to be a big one. But I'm going to get back into the car content. It might not be as many how-to oil changes, but we're going to start producing again. I've got a few fun projects coming up, like a thermostat for the wife's Tahoe, some rear lift springs for the truck, so it's going to be pretty fantastic. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and we'll see you next time.